All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to KSAT News Now. It is April 13th. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today as we go through some of our top stories and, of course, the weather. Justin Horn is going to tell us a little bit about that, what to expect on your Thursday. It is Friday Eve, so we are getting closer to the weekend. Also getting closer to Fiesta. We're going to talk a little bit about some Fiesta parade tickets and what you need to know in order to get in on all the fun and action that comes with the Fiesta, the party with a purpose, and also a crazy story out of the Panhandle, thousands of cows that were killed out there at a dairy farm. This is a shocking story here, but we do want to begin with another shocking story here, and a story that's been making a lot of headlines throughout the San Antonio area, and this involves a shocking court decision here. So a domestic abuser with previous family violence convictions was given 5 years probation and no jail time as part of a plea deal with prosecutors. And the victim involved is obviously criticizing this decision very harshly here. So if you're watching us on the visual platforms, these are some very graphic images. Just want to let you know about that. So before we continue on, William Steen is set to remain on probation until August of 2027 and cannot have contact with the domestic violence survivor. In this case, her name is Erica Gross. So Steen broke her nose and knocked out several of her teeth, according to medical records obtained by the KSAT Investigates Department. But even during her cooperation with prosecution and Steen's list of past convictions, District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says that there were, quote, issues with her credibility and also issues from some of her complaints. Now, that's a quote from the district attorney here. So this is a KSAT Investigates story, and you could go to our website for more information and really the full story here. It's very hard to kind of give you all of these details in this little kind of news brief. But again, there are a lot more details there, a timeline of what happened, and make sure to check it out on KSAT.com. Again, that's the investigative work from our team here, Dylan Collier and Josh Saunders, putting together a very detailed piece when it comes to this domestic violence survivor. All right, moving on to another story here, and this story, crazy, shocking, no other way to kind of put this, but thousands of cows were killed in an explosion and a fire at a dairy farm in the Texas Panhandle. This happened a couple of days ago. So this happened out in Castro County, and the sheriff's office there says that multiple fire departments responded to the incident at the South Fork Dairy Farms on Monday night in Dimmitt. So that is in between Lubbock and Amarillo. If you're looking at some of that video, you see that this was a massive fire. Obviously, tons of officials responded to it. An employee was also trapped inside and rescued by firefighters, and good to hear that that employee was found safe. The sheriff's office says that more than 18,000 cows died in this accident. So very, very sad news there. And it was most likely caused by an equipment malfunction, which then spread to the rest of the cow pens. Obviously, a huge dairy farm. So the Dimmitt mayor told local media there, said that it's mind-boggling, and he does not think this has ever happened before around that area, and that is a real tragedy. Now, I looked up a little bit of information right before we went on, and I found out that this was the single biggest incident when it comes to death of cattle in the country since the Animal Welfare Institute began tracking farm fires back in 2013. I believe there was one in upstate New York that maybe killed about 400 cows, and up until now this has been kind of the biggest. But again, 18,000 cows, maybe even more than that, dead in this explosion out there. Now, fortunately, no one was injured as far as workers or things of that nature, but that is a developing story that we will continue to follow. All right, moving on to some local news here. The Texas Historical Commission voted this week to approve permits to cut down 48 trees and relocate 19 others in Brackenridge Park. We've been hearing a lot about this lately. So this is for the Brackenridge Park Bond Project, which opponents hope the state commission would change its decision. We've seen some people out there protesting. So the project started back in 2017 and is made up of 2 phases. And this is currently the phase 1 right here. They're focusing on restoring and repairing the area around the pump house and Lambert Beach, including the limestone walls, a very, very iconic pump house there in that area. And the removal of those trees is because of how close they are and what they need to restore. All right, Justin Horn joining me now. Got a lot of news about trees. I know that that's something that you do take an interest in, just from working with you for some time. But we saw the trees fall at the Masters, and then obviously that unfortunate incident at the zoo. What are your kind of general thoughts on maybe the removal or kind of what they do with these?
Well, yeah, that's it. It's a lot of work, by the way. I mean, these are big trees, and I think probably some of that could have been caused by the ice storm that we had, that residual effects and drought and stuff like that. But it is a lot of work, and it's the what's going on at Breckenridge, controversial situation. But we do love the trees around here. That's for sure.
Arboriculture, Justin. That's what it's called. Arboriculture.
Good to know. Did not know that.
The study of trees and maintenance of trees.
Study of trees. Learn something new every day. Hot off the presses, RJ, this is the Atlantic hurricane season forecast from Colorado State. They release it this time of year. Phil Klotzbach just released this morning. Here is the takeaway. They're forecasting a slightly below average season for the first time in a long time. 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes, 2 major hurricanes, which is just a little bit below average when you look at the average numbers there over the last couple decades. Why? Well, because we think El Nino is going to kick in, and that's the other big news today, that NOAA has issued an El Nino watch. What does that mean? It just means they have, they're putting some pretty good odds on El Nino making a return this summer. And usually during El Nino years, you see the hurricane season decline a little bit. So that's kind of the idea. It's all related here, but 2 of the big weather stories that came out today. Our forecast, beautiful, 75 noontime. We're going to be up around 80 this afternoon, 81, mostly sunny. Low humidity for the most part, but humidity will start to make a comeback tonight into tomorrow, and you'll feel it a little bit more on your Friday. Let's look at some of the humidity levels as we get into tomorrow. 60s probably, and then even some 70s potentially Saturday morning, but it very quickly drops off. And by Saturday afternoon, we're back in the dry air, and Sunday is going to be really nice. Here's a quick look at the forecast. Some clouds working through today, and then more clouds as we get into Friday morning. And then we'll break out in some partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Just a very, very small chance out west of a storm tomorrow afternoon. And then on Saturday, we start off with clouds again. We could see a stray storm or 2 pop up late in the day, mainly east of San Antonio, but really the big takeaway is it's going to be hot. Then our front comes through and cools us down, and we see breezy conditions on Sunday. So here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. Very small chance coming on Friday, 20% chance mainly east on Saturday, 90, and then 79 Sunday and breezy. And then we'll see some more small chances kicking up Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, so this weekend, man, getting up to 90.
Yeah, Saturday's going to be a hot day, but it'll be more of a dry heat, I think, in the afternoon. So that's good news.
That's good to know. Good to know right there. Yeah. All right, Justin. All right, man, I don't want to put you here on the spot, but do you have a favorite Fiesta event?
Oh, man. There's so many good ones. I do.
Putting you on the spot, I guess.
I do like Flambeau. Like, I have a good time.
Can't go wrong with the night parade. Okay, see, I'm the opposite. I really like the day parade.
Okay.
I just like the fact that the city basically takes the day off to just party.
Well, there's that too.
Pretty much.
There's that too.
Yeah, that citywide holiday there. And of course, you know what? Fiesta right around the corner. And tickets for all of our KSAT Fiesta parties, that's being the Battle Flowers, just talked about that, and Fiesta Flambeau parades are available right now on KSAT.com. All you have to do is scan the QR code. You see that on your screen right now, and it'll take you right there to where you need to be for the Battle Flowers. Of course, that's the 28th, and then the 29th is Fiesta Flambeau. So KSAT insiders who buy tickets with us, get this, they'll get admission to, of course, the party, which is even bigger this year.
Yeah.
Because we sold it out last year. We want to go even bigger this time around.
Go bigger, go home.
There you go. Can't go. With that, you're going to get seats to the parade, 2 Las Palapas tacos, and a drink. Very cool. So we got you hooked up with the food, plus a chance to mingle with your neighbors and your favorite KSAT weather and news personalities. So always a great time to meet people that watch us on a daily basis, even those that don't, that just want to come hang out and have a good time and get a great seat for those events.
And there will be bathrooms. I keep hearing that's a big deal. So there's that too.
That is definitely a must. You know, Justin, I was doing a story the other day, and there were a couple of EMTs that said that you're their favorite. Oh. And that once you grew out the beard, man, it took it to the next level.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I look forward to seeing everyone at the parades. It's always a good time.
Yeah. I also want to mention Adam Caskey is having a medal giveaway today, and head over to KSAT.com for more information there. So we're gearing up for Fiesta. You got to get in line for that medal giveaway, so make sure you head out there starting around 5 o'clock.
His medal's super cool, by the way.
It's incredible, yeah. The Loteria Cascaroni, very nice.
Mix the two together, it's perfect.
Yeah, great stuff there, great stuff. All right, Justin, thanks for hanging out with us. KSAT News Now. We appreciate you guys being with us. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.